14th, the 15th, and the 30th, or every other Friday. Some of you are seeing some additional payments in your bank account. We'll get to that in just a minute about that child tax credit, as well as the new bill in Ohio that DeWine just signed, the governor, saying that students don't need to get the vaccine, or a law letting them that schools cannot require the vaccine in order to go to school. So we'll get to that in just a second. Already put your post and your comments in the comments section if you have any ideas or perspectives on that story. But Holly, we first start with you because we cannot get away from these storms.
I know. We will for a few hours, though. Most of today will be dry. It's going to get hot. So we're expecting highs in the upper 80s to near 90. It's partly sunny. And then we will bring in storm chances, but not until later, towards dinner time. And hopefully you get a little sneak into the pool or the beach, or you have some time to enjoy, because then tomorrow and Saturday, we've got scattered showers and thunderstorms likely. Won't be constant both of those days, but it will be very consistent as far as on and off first part of the weekend. Then we really do see a shift in patterns by Sunday and next week. So look forward to that, because we're going to have a lot of sunshine, and it looks like it should be very seasonal with highs in the 80s.
Okay. So we just have to make it through the next few days, have our umbrellas and get ready. But you said lunch is good, though, if you want to do
we should be good. We should be good through mid to late afternoon.
Okay. Dinner, another story. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Holly. She is heading off to WTAM virtually to let them know the forecast as well. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments section. Again, you can also let us know your name and where you are watching from. I am tracking the comments on both YouTube and Facebook. Now we start with some news, big news for Ohio schools. A new bill that Governor DeWine signed said they cannot require the COVID vaccine in order to go. Jasmine, you were on that story this morning. It's causing a lot of confusion.
Yeah, a lot of students, parents are confused. Pretty much Cleveland State was one of the leading schools in Ohio that made it mandatory for students to get vaccinated in order to come back to classes. So now that Governor DeWine yesterday wrote in this bill that pretty much doesn't require Ohio schools to, and that's public schools and colleges, that kids don't have to have a vaccine in order to go back to school. So a few of the students that we talked to yesterday pretty much said they think this is a political thing. They think that maybe he's a little afraid that no one's going to vote for him because he's making vaccinations mandatory. Others just said, I wish he would have said this a little earlier because I only got the vaccine in order to come back to school. So those were some of the things that people were saying. But we also want to note that there are 578 college campuses that are requiring students to be fully vaccinated. Some of those schools include Yale, Northwestern, the University of California, and Indiana University. And Indiana University is in the middle of a lawsuit because they required their students to receive a vaccine before coming back to school. But pretty much what administrators are saying is just check with administration first at any school, whatever school your kids go to, whether that's college, high school, middle school, kindergarten, daycare. Make sure you know what the guidelines are before you send your kids back to school. You don't want them to get in trouble. I know my sister is going to Ohio State. They said if she didn't receive the vaccine, she would get tested 3 times a week. So that was the mandate. That's why she, received her vaccine. But it's just definitely something that it's, again, left up to you and your family, whatever you decide. Don't judge anyone, don't ask anyone, but it's definitely something that you have to check with administration before you send your kids back to school.
Yeah, and that bill doesn't go into effect until 90 days. So that's around October 12th. And so as you were saying this morning, Jasmine, Cleveland State, they were like, well, you still need that vaccine because the moving date is August 16th. So their guidelines still apply. So that's, again, another reason why there's a lot of confusion. But I think that, the bill was put in place, or he put that in the law that he had because the vaccine has not received full FDA approval, all 3. They're just at emergency. So while it's still at that state, that bill can go in effect, because until it receives full FDA approval, schools cannot say that you have to have the vaccine in order to attend. So anyone, if you have thoughts, perspectives on this in the comment section, go ahead and put your perspective in there. I am actually monitoring it right now. We also have big news for today. Many people are getting extra money in their bank accounts. Mo, what's up with the child tax credit?
Yeah, so this is part of the American Rescue Plan. This is the $1.9 trillion stimulus that President Biden put into place. So families could be getting monthly payments through December. And one of our producers said she looked at her bank account. It was already in there this morning. So you're going to start to see that roll out. However, you file for your taxes and get your refund is how you're going to get this child tax credit. The big question is, how do I qualify? So I'm going to go through some numbers here. Single filers. So if you are a single parent or you're the only earner in your household, if you earn up to $112,000 a year, you're going to see those payments. If you're a joint filer making up to $150,000 a year, those payments start to decrease a little bit. So the credit completely phases out for single payers earning $200,000 a year, married couples with incomes above $400,000 a year. So we have all this online. It's really kind of hard to determine, like, okay, well, how much did, according to my salary or how I file, how much am I going to get? Basically, you could get up to $300 for each kid under the age of 5, or $250 for kids between ages 5 and 17. But it depends on your income. For every extra $1,000 that you make above that minimum threshold, it decreases by $50. But again, this is payments once a month through December. So this is going to be a big boost to people's bank accounts. They're hoping that this helps families who were particularly affected by pandemic hours being cut, or, if they saw pay reduced because companies weren't making as much money and they had to reduce people's salaries. So, it's one of those things where there's a lot of variables. It's how you file, how much money you make, how old your kids are, how many dependents that you claim on your taxes, if you're a blended family. So we have it on WKYC.com. No matter what, if you fall within that range, it's a big boost to your bank account.
So Nancy chimes in and she says, again, no money for singles. But Mary says, well, wait a minute, single parents, they do get money.
Yeah. It's a child tax credit. If you don't have children in your home, there's nothing, this is not the plan for you. We're talking specifically about families. There's other stimulus programs out there that are discussing, but this is specifically for children. And I think why, we've been talking about it throughout the pandemic. Childcare costs are just so high for families. And when we lost daycare availability or school availability, and then you saw families with hours reduced or pay cuts, or, some of these people might work in the service industries that had either jobs eliminated or, the restaurant where they work got shut down. And then on top of it, they have to pay for childcare to try and figure all of that out, or work what little they could, then that's where everybody took a hit. So this is the child tax credit
that you usually get in your taxes when you file for your taxes. So
in your refund, you'll get, depending on how you file, you could get a child tax credit. Well, this is now a monthly.
Yeah.
That's huge.
So instead of
getting it early.
You're getting it early.
Yes, you're getting it early. Monthly payments, I think they said something about a lump sum.
So keep note of that then when you do your taxes.
Right.
That's why beginning of next year.
Right.
Yeah. That's why some people are choosing not to take it, because you can opt out of this.
You can definitely opt out of it. That's something you can opt out. But for anybody who's struggling months to pay the bills or put food on the table or find that childcare, this option, just gives you extra in your account.
All righty. So let us Let us know if you're taking advantage of that. And Carol, we thank you. She is joining from New York. Now, I know New York is kind of known for pizza, I think, right? Pizza. You lived in
Pizza,
New York.
bagels.
Pizza, bagels, all of that. But I
Bread.
can tell you what we're doing here in Northeast Ohio. We're all about burgers, right, Austin?
Oh yeah, and especially during Burger Week. It's a bad week to be a burger here in Northeast Ohio, ladies and gentlemen. So we're in the midst of Burger Week. It's been going on, started on Monday, and you get the passport. This is brought to you by Cleveland Scene, and I don't remember exactly how many are participating, but I think it's about 40 restaurants are participating all throughout Northeast Ohio. You can go there. They have specialty burgers. They're $6. Today I featured the Burger Shop. It's at Sausage City Food Hall. Really good burgers. You can go check them out. They're actually having a party tonight. There's going to be a DJ there. There's, of course, the $6 burger deal. A lot of fun from 4 to 8 o'clock. It's right in Ohio City, a really cool spot. Hasn't been around that long, but honestly, some of the best burgers that I've had in Northeast Ohio. They have the brochet buns that are very good. They're buttered.
Hold on, wait a minute, Austin. You got to quickly tell the story behind the brochet.
That's all right.
But
Just people can go back in the archives and check it out. But regardless,
brioche bun.
I know I pronounced brioche wrong one time, and we haven't let it die. But yeah, go check them out. I also on our Instagram and our I think Ryan will probably put it in our web producer will put it in the comments. I did a little burger eating competition. I'm happy to say I won. I'm the self-proclaimed Burger King.
You
beat
named
that
yourself as the winner.
Oh,
didn't you?
No, I smashed that burger, guys. I won
You ate
by
it
like
faster?
a quarter burger.
Okay.
Yeah, I ate it way faster. Yeah, for
You're
sure.
gonna brag
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it?
I am bragging about it. Yeah,
I
I don't have a
nearly-
lot of things to hang my hat on, guys. So this is something I need. This is the hill I'm going to die on, at least today.
all right. Well, Amber Nicole,
Burger
she
Week.
says Bubs 33. I'm guessing that's a suggestion for burgers, Bubs 33. And we are running out of time. But again, you can continue to comment on the stories that we covered this morning. Thank you for spending a few minutes of your morning with us. We appreciate you. You will see Mo, Dave, and Holly during the Today Show. The rest of us will join you tomorrow on Go, starting at 4:30 a.m. Have a great Thursday, everybody.